Hey folks, this is BestInSlot with some late night speculation, and this is speculation. It's worth putting that up right at the front. All of this should be taken with many grains of salt, a truckload of salt. Go for a nice swim in it. Don't do that, that sounds like a terrible idea. But we've got some stuff to go on. We'll see what you think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's get started with this right here. This is Summer Game Fest, beginning in about a week's time from today, and this is a gaming festival presented by Prime Gaming, i.e. Amazon. And this is a new thing, kind of competing with E3 a little bit. E3 has, in recent years, lost a little bit of its impact, a little bit of its luster, and there is room for another wider gaming festival, and it should be quite a big deal. You know, it's backed by Amazon, there's lots of big publishers going, maybe we're going to see a lot of cool stuff. And it's worth noting that on the website, it mentions that there will be world-first looks and world-first exclusives present at this show. But why do we care? Let's find out. So, it also shows a page of partners. There's actually more down there at the bottom, but obviously you can't see those because of how eyeballs work. And there's a whole bunch of different partners here. They're all game publishers or game developers in some way. Even Netflix is starting to move into that sort of region. They want to, set up some game stuff. And all the others are well-known game publishers themselves, including the Among Us people. And in case you haven't spotted it quite yet, I'll just make it a little bit less subtle. Frontier will also be presenting at the show. Now, this alone doesn't necessarily mean much. Frontier is a big company these days. They could be showing Planet Zoo DLC. They could be showing... We have suggestions that there's a Planet Coaster 2 coming out. We know they're working on an F1 game, and we know that they've recently announced a Warhammer 40k game. Now, technically, that's not Frontier Studios, that's Frontier Foundry, which is more the publishing arm, although I do believe they helped out with the game. I don't think it's the Warhammer game, I think it'll be something else. The point is, it could be anything, and amongst those options is indeed Jurassic World Evolution 2. Not saying it's definite, but I'm saying it is an option. And just as a funny little side thing, Summer Games Fest begins on June 10th. You know what comes out on June 10th next year? Jurassic World Dominion. I'm just saying. That doesn't mean anything. Please don't quote me on that. But the point is, they're going to present something. And we are pretty much 90% sure at this point in time that they are working on something for Jurassic World Evolution. They've been publicly teasing it for a while now on social media. We talked about that months ago here on the channel, that Frontier themselves said, this is not the end, there is more to come. So, we're getting a sequel. The point is, when? But just to throw a little... This would be a little bit of a weak argument on its own, I admit, but to throw a little bit of fuel on the fire. The special guest, the only one I've seen so far, but the special guest for Summer Game Fest is Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum, who was the special guest for Jurassic World Evolution's marketing hype. I met Jeff Goldblum myself as part of the promo material and promo building for Jurassic World Evolution. He was the face of that, and he was, in the game as a narrator and helper and active character throughout Jurassic World Evolution. As far as I know, Jeff Goldblum is not in any other games. He might well be. He might have popped up in one here and there across time. But the combination of a Frontier appearance with a Jeff Goldblum appearance is a little bit suspicious, to say the least. Like, if it was just this alone, I'd put our chances at maybe 10%. I don't want to get people's hopes up. I don't want to get my own hopes up. This could very easily be nothing. However, if Jurassic World Evolution is to come out next year to tie in roughly with Dominion, probably a week to a month before the film you'd expect, this is about the time you would start your promo push. Maybe a little bit later, but it wouldn't be far off, to say the least. And even if that's just a cinematic trailer, I would not be wholly surprised if we do start to see some rumblings and some firmer murmurings of Jurassic World Evolution 2. Either way, as I say, nothing is even slightly definite, but I will say that this combination is mightily suspicious, and I'd love to know what you guys think. There's one other thing I want to cover super quickly. You may have seen this image floating around on Twitter. Jurassic World, the just straight up Jurassic World Twitter tweeted this. I've said tweet and Twitter too many times. They tweeted this a few hours ago, and people kind of went a little bit crazy. Because this image is not directly from the film, if I bring up my little comparison here, you can see the eyes in a different spot. The leaves match up basically perfectly. There's a little bit of gap there. But I think you can tell, even on like an 8K render, this would not be a direct match. And it's not just a lack of saturation, it's not just a lack of contrast. So people took this image to be from a game engine. There's a very highly retweeted and liked comment suggesting it's from the Cobra engine, which is a vast overestimation of what the Cobra engine, which is the Jurassic World Evolution engine, is capable of, to say the least. But, so what this is, and credit to Luca who kind of set us straight on this, basically what they'll do when filming a film, is take certain shots they want for promotional material and just render them as a single shot in a single image and very, very high quality. There's a few other for Jurassic World that don't quite match up with the film, like one with the Mosasaurus, one with the Pteranodons. It is just to promote the film. This is absolutely not rendered in Cobra Engine or something like that. So, not to shut down the hype, because I'm buying into the own hype myself with this little boy over here. That's a weird way to describe Jeff Goldblum, Jesus. This, I think, doesn't mean anything. That's just Jurassic World being Jurassic World. So whilst I don't think this is a game render or anything as people are taking it, it doesn't necessarily mean Jurassic World isn't teasing something, that they're lurking in the bushes ready to reveal something. That could be the meaning of the tweet. I'm just saying the image itself doesn't necessarily mean anything. That's my point here. Really, I think this would be enough to go on anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very, very curious, excited to see what could happen. Definitely no definites or, definitely no definites. Nothing's for sure, big grain of salt, but it has potential. And potential is cool. And I remember when Jurassic World Evolution was getting hyped up and we were getting little teasers of information, I really enjoyed being here on the channel and trying to figure things out with you guys and discern the new features and predict what you want and all that, and we're going to be doing a lot of that in the build-up to Evolution 2. Assuming it is real. I am like 95% sure, but, until we get official confirmation, that 5% will have to sit at the back of my brain like an obnoxious little alien. Anywho, it's getting on a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Remember, as I say, I'm probably going to stream this right here on the channel on June 10th for all of it, basically, so we can talk about it and have like a little waiting room for the Frontier announcement, which will be fun. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Alright, cool. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.